I'm here at the Palm Beach International Boat Show at the Princess booth this morning, and we're going to check out their Y80 making its debut here at Palm Beach at this show in particular. We are up against the beginning of the show for the day, so it's going to be a little bit of an abbreviated, quicker tour, but we'll do what we can to show off as much as possible. So immediately we step onto this large aft platform here, and then there's going to be some access in there into the crew quarters, engine space, and all that. If it's possible, we'll see if we can get down there, but like I said, in the interest of time, we are going to keep this tour somewhat abbreviated. So we step up here into the aft cockpit. You can go around either side. I decided to go up the starboard side, and we're greeted by the seating area. Very comfortably fit 5-6 folks around that table there. And of course, the wings on the table there would fold out and give you more tabletop space if that's what you desired. We'll take a quick peek here at the ceiling. Number of lights in there, pretty hard to see them. You can see some of those accent lights at the moment, but at night looks really gorgeous actually. A little center over here on the left side. Go take a peek in this cubby, and that is going to have a pull-out refrigerator hiding in that space. And we're going to go ahead and close that up here. And we got a couple of different directions we can go. And I think for now, we'll just head on into the salon space. So this is where one of the main differences between the Y78 and this 80 are going to be. You'll notice there is no longer a second private access there for where kind of the owner's private stairs would have been on the previous model, but really allowed for a lot more space, a lot more volume inside the boat, and really allowed them to rework the salon space here at the back of the boat. So you got this beautiful woodwork there. There, the exposure plays with me. You can see it a little bit better. That's something that Princess just does so well, is their woodworking, manufacturing techniques, and all that. So just a really nice setting, really conversational, all that good stuff there. And then, of course, we already saw it and talked about the space a little bit, but that is just going to be the formal dining area here on the boat. One cool thing I want to make sure I get in the shot that just stood out to me is going to be that LED accent lighting there along that with that little wood trim offsetting that. So here on the starboard side is going to be the galley, and I think it looks really good. I love the countertop choice they've done on this one there. The colors just look really well. Just that light to medium, maybe even gray, that matte color with the wood trim offsetting it looks really nice. And then that unit there to the right, already saw it, is of course going to be refrigeration, freezer space there. And then there is of course a side door in and out of the boat to get to the side deck on that side. So we'll step up on here into the helm real quick, but before we do that, we are greeted by a little space to our right, and that is going to be a day head there. So just real easy to get access to a bathroom that way, so nobody's having to go down on the guest lower level to use an ensuite during the day. So coming up into the helm, it is just covered in Garmin displays almost all the way across, except for some buttons all the way here on the far end. You can see there on that one that's up, that is not a Garmin one. However, that is just going to have the actual layout of the boat on there on that graphic interface, so you can control a number of systems directly from that screen in one central place, and then just makes for a really clean dash, as you can see there. And I will point out these seats because these are pretty cool. Just the pattern they've got going on there. That diamond hatching and the stitching just looks wonderful, and the touch on the surface, just soft, durable, all that good stuff all in one. And then you do get a little seating space over there on the port side to the helm. But we're going to step down here real quick. And one thing I will note while we're all the way up here, lots of natural light comes in. One cool thing on this boat, the glass is actually a structural member of the boat, so there is some strength given by the glass, which has really allowed to make them to make those windows so large and just really allow all that light into this boat and just make it feel like a really large space. Let's see if the camera wants to play. There we go. As we go down these stairs to the cabin level, we're going to come down here We're going to hang a 180 degrees to our right, and we're greeted by kind of a little foyer hallway here, if you will. And we have a number of options where we can go, but we're going to go back to what would be the master cabin first. So we're greeted by that. Again, similar design tones that you saw in the rest of the boat with the colors, the woodwork looks great. And we're going to keep walking around this side here and check out the owner's ensuite head first. And wow, get a true double vanity, tons of counter space. I love the design on that, how if it's not a sharp cut off, it just gradually curves over the edge. That's cool. I like it. And of course, in the shower, rainfall shower head in addition to the wand in there. So that's pretty cool. And if we flip around there, just hiding behind the door we came through is where the toilet is going to be located in this bathroom. And then if we head over to the port side of the boat, that is going to be the walk-in closet. So ample amount of storage space in there. So give you a hanging bar as you walk in. You get a mirror to your left for dressing purposes, and then just some shelves and further storage hanging behind the door on the opposite side there. So again, large hall windows carried down here, just allows plenty of light in, real open feel, and just makes the space very inviting. So I do want to point something out here. So this is the way that this owner had their boat optioned, was going to be to have this washer dryer set up here in this little kind of foyer space, if you will, rather than having a dedicated area for that elsewhere on the boat. So that is going to be the other unit on that side with a little bit of storage above it there. So we'll close that up and head forward into the guest cabins. So immediately to our right, going to be greeted by, I suppose this would be one of the VIP cabins. It has this nice, looks to be a queen size bed in here, has its ensuite head forward. Again, more of that lovely woodwork carried throughout the boat. And this is just going to be just a quick peek into this ensuite. And very similar idea to the other one in the master cabin. Rainfall shower head, separate wand there. And then you already saw the toilet to the right as we walked in. And there is a TV and a little, I guess, makeup station hanging out behind the door. And we're going to head right to go further forward. And then this is just going to be 2 single berths there in that room. And as you would expect, come in here, you will see that is TV there. But again, another ensuite in that one. And nicely appointed, going to be a little bit smaller than the cabin we were just in. You do still get a shower there with a rainfall shower head hanging out there. And then the toilet off just outside of there. So we'll go ahead and keep moving forward. And it's like the blue they've added. Just adds a little splash of color, breaks things up in that room. So heading forward into what will be the final cabin on the boat is the forward VIP cabin. And love what they've done with this. The LED accent lighting down the side there just looks really cool. And behind here, just a quick peek, is going to be, of course, hanging locker there. So plenty of storage on that side, as well as some other spaces around the boat. And then just looks good. Again, similar design tones throughout the boat. And then if we come over here, that is just going to be some more hanging storage there, much like we saw on the starboard side of the boat. And I'm not going to go through every nook and cranny, but there is plenty more storage around the V section of the boat. And hiding behind the door we came in is going to be access to the ensuite for this one. Very nicely sized. And again, rainfall shower head, similar design to the other ones. Pretty roomy in here. A lot of space there on the counter, the vanity. So get comfortable, set your stuff out there. And that same really cool styling with how it rounds and all that good stuff over into the sink that we saw back in the master. So we're going to take a step back out here and head up to another area of the boat as we are just about to the start of the show for the day, so we'll need to vacate the boat so that any customers are able to tour it unobstructed. So we're gonna come right up this staircase, and we got a couple options here. I think we're gonna go back this way, and yeah, we'll just go back out the door we came in, head up to the Flybridge, and see where we want to finish up the video from there. But before I forget, I'm actually going to walk all the way up to the bow area, and then we'll head up to the Flybridge. So super wide side deck here, the handrail, super sturdy, it's plenty tall, feel very secure walking along the side of the boat. And then coming forward into this bow seating area, extremely spacious, easily could fit 8-10 people around this area. Just a great space to hang out, and whether it's in the day, at night, depends how you're docked, all that good stuff. And we're just gonna work our way up to the working space here in the front of the boat. So you got your anchors, your windlass, your rode, all that good stuff. And where I'm standing on now, you can see the other one on that side, just be access to the locker for the chain and what have you there. Numerous little cup holders and stuff around this area. There's some LED accent lighting that you can't really see all that well during the day, but it's there and look great at night. And there's just a quick peek up there to foreshadow the Flybridge we're heading to here momentarily. So we'll keep this little jaunt on its way and walk down the side deck here on the port side of the boat. And I mean, I can't even really capture all the window, but that really shows how large the windows are in this boat as we walk down past them there. But when we get back here, I'm curious, and that's what I thought it would be. That is just gonna be a remote control station for docking from the aft. Just gives you great visibility both aft and right alongside the boat. Just super helpful from a safety standpoint, of course, above all else. And the convenience, of course, is there too. But let's see here. I'm just curious while we walk by here before we go up. And that's just gonna be some stuff, valves, switches, that kind of stuff for major systems on the boat. And I think I'm gonna try to sneak down in here, maybe. Yes. So before the show opens, I am gonna sneak on down into the engine room real quick, just take a peek, not get into anything too in depth. We don't want a giant gaping hole in the floor when there are guests coming aboard, but here we go. So this is just a quick peek down here in the engine room. This one is going to be powered by, looks like, some 12-cylinder V12 MAN engines. I don't know the stats on these off the top of my head, so I'm not going to just make something up for the sake of speaking. But just a quick peek here, that carbon fiber weave. That's pretty cool, that piece there. But anyways, that is just gonna be a quick peek down here in the engine room. Stuff like chillers there, of course. But that is that. And I'm just gonna take a quick peek here into the crew cabin while we're down here. So of course, there's gonna be a head off to there, proper wet, dry head. And then beyond that, it's gonna be a cabin with 2 beds in there, it looks like. And then I just passed on this side a single one on that side. So, and then they do get a little microwave there. So that is just a quick little run through the crew quarters and the engine room in the name of time. I'm glad I was at least able to take a peek down in there. So we'll hop back up out here, close that hatch, and finish things up on the Flybridge. So that, and there we go. So we're closed back up. We'll head up to the Flybridge, check that out, and call it a video up there. So as we come up here, super secure with the railings to grab, just the rise and run on the stairs, just all feels great, comfy, safe, that good stuff. Immediately greeted by this bar area here. All sorts of stuff back here, of course, storage, refrigerated space, all that good stuff. And then I suppose if you wanted to, you could have some seats around there, but just leaves it open for people to pass through out here. And it looks like almost black in the video. Let me see if I can get a better shot. So that is going to be actually just like a medium metallic gray there. And I love the colors they've got going on there and the little texture in the front of that bar area there. And should note the seating area here. I guess there's kind of a couple of them. So you got a large sun pad at the rear. You could easily get 3 people across that comfortably. And then kind of that dining area there, you could fit another 6, 7, even 8 people. And then there's room for another 2 or 3 folks off to the left of the helm here. And speaking of, very similar to what we saw down below. The seats look very similar. The controls, the layout, all the features you've got packed into the helm up here on the Flybridge. Just very, very good, well appointed. And of course, great visibility there out the front looking over the bow. Just a great vantage point up here on the helm. So again, a couple more seats on that side there, or 1 lounger, depending how you choose to use it. So, and then one thing we'll note before we finish this up is this expansive, there it is, sunshade that retracts and pops out from the back of the hardtop up here on the Flybridge. So this is great. The sun should be beaming down on me heavily right now, but it's not, thanks to the sunshade. So it's doing its job as they intended. Just really helps keep the sun off and make the space usable without absolutely roasting throughout the when the sun is high in the sky during the day, whatever I'm trying to say there. But I think that's going to be a sign that I'm going to find a spot to wrap this tour up and call it a, it's not the day is not over yet, but time to move on to the next adventure here at the show. So I think, let's see, we'll just do one of these numbers right here. All right, that was the Princess Y80 making its US show debut here at the Palm Beach Boat Show. It is an evolution of the 78, no doubt, and I think they've done a great job with it. It retains all of the kind of characteristics and signature looks that you expect out of a Princess, and they just really have improved, obviously, usability with extra volume and just really opened the space up both, I guess, physically and the way it looks aesthetically with the way they've done those windows down below, and then just ample space up here on the Flybridge as well. There's a lot more, obviously, to get into on this boat. However, I was short on time. We're up against the opening of the show, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up right here. If you have any further questions, absolutely reach out to the folks over at Princess. They'd be happy to help you out, get you out, check out one of these boats. But in any case, that's all I've got for now. Thanks for watching.